Okay, looks like we're live. How's it going, guys? So, my last live episode had a comment on it that said it needed me to show, like, basically, the comment was basically saying that because I don't show the actual content of the manga, it is kind of boring. And to be honest, I hear you, but let me explain. The reason I cannot show it is because that would be copyright infringement. Okay, I cannot intrude on the intellectual property of the mangaka. But I do hear you. I completely hear that. And I do have a few ideas to make this stream a bit more engaging and entertaining without actually violating the copyright. So it's not going to be in this stream, it's going to be in the next one. I just have to figure out how to work the tech out and set up OBS to be able to bring that to life. But, anyways, jump right in. Today we're starting with chapter 41. So, the last chapter, Hakuri's stock went all the way to the roof. Like right now, my favorite character in the series, Hakuri, is showing everyone what he's truly made of and his true potential. But he was pushing himself a little bit to the limit there, and it's not looking good, bruv. But then comes in the what's the word? Calvary. Anyways, let's just jump right in. I'm yapping too much. Okay, nice manga cover page there. I've forgotten her name actually. All right, so we return back, and the first panel is Shihiro getting kicked by Hakuri's dad. Okay, and then in the middle of everyone, and then the demon swords are on display there. Crazy artwork as usual. This guy never disappoints when it comes to the art. All right, there's a big scar, like he's bleeding, so the dad's definitely feeling the impact of this fight. Shihiro, on the other hand, looks very fresh, which lets me know that something bad is going to happen. The dad is still using the sword, and the sword is sheathed, like it's still in the sword sheath. It's not yet out, so he's using the N10 now. Um, okay. The dad said, "There's something invading my head." Oh, it's the original user or owner of the sword that was imprisoned by the what they call those group? Shit, I can't. The government group, whatever they call them. Looks like he's able to use the sword or somehow influence Hakuri's dad in the situation. The Shinushi or the Master Swordsman is trying to hijack me. Exactly. Yo, how strong is that guy? Shiro looks puzzled. The ground beneath the space, that little room that Hakuri's dad can control, is kind of being uprooted. And the dad goes, "I was on the brink of death, too weak to stand. So this is the price I have to pay." And then now that illusion, that little image that he was projecting in the auction room is now fading away because he's dying or he's getting weaker. So he's understanding that the original owner of the Shinushi, the Shinushi or the Master Swordsman, is trying to hijack him. So he's come to terms with that because, as far as they're concerned, the auction is above everything, above his lives, above everything. The auction must proceed as it should. All right, he's determined. He says he won't give in, and then he reinforces the image. So now he's back in the auction room, the fake version of him, the illusion to basically show the folks at the auction that everything is okay. And he's still, while fighting Shihiro, he's basically reassuring everyone else in the room that I'm about to demonstrate Ishinishi's power, and with that power, I will kill Shihiro Roku Hira. Oh, he's spinning this up. He's trying to use the fight as a demonstration. This guy is killing two birds with one stone. You gotta applaud his resourcefulness. He really wants the auction to continue, and then auction the N10. Okay, there we go. And now there seems to be like a spider web underneath the feet of Shihiro, and it looks like it's a technique by Hakuri's dad. He says spider. Oh, Shihiro can't move. Spider, dragonfly, Hakuri dad says it's an attack. I guess that's the name of the attack. And I don't really tell, I can't really tell what it is. It's almost like a trail of blood with flowers on the side. And instinctively it says, "Don't touch it." That's kind of like what his mind is telling him. Oh, no, no. That is Hakuri infiltrating his space and telling him not to touch it. And Hakuri is teleporting something into the space to help Shihiro, the room, because now Hakuri can have access to his dad's room. It's pretty cool. Oh, he brought the girl in. What's her name? I can't remember. The girl that works for the government that was fighting Shihiro a couple chapters back. He brought the girl in to help Shiro out, and she basically looks at Shiro and go like, "Damn, you're not looking good. You're looking practically dead." Shiro is puzzled. Where did you come from? Well, obviously, Hakuri, they teleport her in there. And then he's thinking, did she make contact with Hakuri? Well, the fact that she's there is proof of that. The Enchanted Blaze, this Shiro jerk, and the Rakuzashi, I'm destroying it all. That's when she was getting frustrated when she was fighting Shiro earlier. So Shiro is having a flashback to that moment, the encounter. And Shiro is saying, there's still a lot of prisoners in here in order to save them. And the girl is just kind of like, I know, you just focus on killing him first. And then a little flashback. That kid with white hair basically is telling Shiro, filling Shiro in on what's going on the outside. That kid with white hair filled me in. He even threatened that if I hurt you, he would never let me out of here until I died. Oh, that's a good leverage there because he's the only one who can let people in and out. But what if he dies out there? Until you die, I mean. I mean it. What happened to him this past week? Oh, he leveled up. His stocks went up. That's what happened to him this week. Hiyuki, that's her name. They finally revealed her name. People in the auction know her, so she's no, not people in the auction. Her fellow colleagues in the government know about her. So go, it's Hiyuki, and they're a bit confused. They're trying to ask Tafuku, the sumo guy, to explain like why is she here, and he's just kind of like, I don't know what you want me to tell you. She's on a mission. The other guy from the government seems a bit frustrated by this, and you're saying like, look, I am not getting blamed for this. You guys are going to take the blame for this because you guys are bed of a feather. There's no way you're dragging me into this mess. And Hiyuki is looking at in the room. He's looking at she Hakuri's dad, kind of wondering why is he still alive with those wounds. And I'm asking the same thing, but I'm just assuming it's his resolve to keep the auction going. And he just wipes some blood. Hakuri's dad wipes blood off his face. Again, I say Hakuri's dad because I'm not good with these names. I always forget them. Is it the power of the Shinushi? Okay. And then Shiro says, I think so. Okay, so the Shinushi is keeping him alive. Whenever the Shinushi was mentioned, Dad would always clam up. Oh, so that sword is really something else. So the sword is what's keeping him alive, I believe. It must be the Shinushi's influence. This space is becoming really unstable. So the sword itself is affecting that virtual room that he controls. And Shiro basically points out that they should probably hurry and get out of there. And Hiyuki's kind of like, you don't tell me what to do. You'll be dead without me. And to be fair, that is true. And Shiro's being all like cocky, trying to keep face. I could have blocked him. And Hiyuki's kind of calling this BS. It's like, nah, that's BS. You cannot block that move. Till the time he was pinned with a spider and getting an attack, he doesn't know what that is. It was so bad that the voice in his head at the time, don't touch it, like Hakuri. Long story short, he was in dire straits until she came in. It's like you need a blast at least as powerful as Flamebone, and that was why she came in and was able to protect him. Excuse me? Okay, so this next panel kind of caught me off guard. So it's Shiro giving that Killua assassin stare, that death stare, kind of like the panel just cuts his face like that. And then the next panel, it's his hand ablaze while he's holding the sword. He says, Aka, Flamebone. Wait, did he? I'm confused. And she's just like, what? You absorbed it. Aka absorbs the power of an attack and allows me to wield it temporarily. So now he has the power of Flamebone temporarily. So while she was mouthing off about how he couldn't have done anything, because you don't have an explosive power of Flamebone, well, now he kind of does have it temporarily at least. And she repeatedly tells her like, yo, we gotta hurry. And again, Hiyuki tells him to don't give me orders, okay? Well, the dad's still determined to take them on and make sure this auction continues as planned, but I can see him definitely dying here. Alright, he goes Kuro, but I don't know what Kuro would be now that he has the power of Flamebone. The dad looks puzzled. Hakuri's dad looks puzzled. It's like a long range slash attack infused with flames. And I guess that's because he absorbed Flamebone. And Hiyuki immediately gets the jump and goes behind him like ready to give him punch at the back. I don't think that would work. I don't understand what I just saw. So Hiyuki was behind him, but in the next panel, oh, maybe he turned around and blocked it. I don't know. Meanwhile, Tafuku, the sumo guy outside, is basically talking about how and 10 and Flamebolt when combined together could be a very good combo to fight with. Like they work really well together. So he's what's the word? I don't know, the words not come to my head. Anyways, he believes they can win this fight. Anyways, Shiro is like the sword is even enhancing his physical abilities. Mind you, all this time, the Shinushi is still within the sheet. Like it's not, he's not pulled it out of the sheet yet. Just holding it is doing all of this. And this is his first time using the sword, the Hakuri's dad. And he's already a threat to both Hiyuki and Hakuri. And Hiyuki is no joke. And again, the same weird flower thing. Oh, now he's about to pull the sword. Well, I jinxed it. He's about to pull the sword. It's about to get real now. So he kind of unsheathed a little bit. It didn't go all the way. And it's almost like there's like blood dripping between the edge of the blade. And that's kind of weird. Anyways, there's some flowers underneath his feet. And some little black orbs floating around him, kind of like in a snake-like fashion. What is going on? And goes centipede. Okay, so it's an attack of the Shinichi and then closes it. So he unsheaths it a little bit. I don't know if you guys have seen what's it called? That Hitman show where the guy is really fat. And there's an old guy that kind of like does that quick thing. It's pretty similar. So he does that, it says centipede, and then he sheaths it back. It's almost like the sword is not meant to leave the sheath. I don't know. And it slashes everything in half. Hiyuki blocks it. The debris around is split in half, but Hiyuki blocks the sword attack, and Shiro blocks it as well, and is sent flying. They're both sent flying. It's almost like a Shinra Tensei. It's a very powerful attack. So he just, okay, damn, that sword is powerful, tremendous, and that's just a fraction of its power. It's doing this against an enchanted blade and Flamebone. Yo, Shinichi is strong. So that's his projection, basically hyping the sword out to the auction folks, and everyone's going wild and crazy. Like just that centipede move sent both a demon sword and a Hiyuki flying, and that's just a fraction. So he's really selling it in real time while he's in dire straits, by the way. So everyone's there like going crazy. The biddings begin at 1 billion. Oh my god, they want it. Oh, they're willing to pay 1 billion. Oh my goodness. The enchanted blade is the Kamunabi's Hiyuki thinks. And the dad thinks my merchandise, and Chihiro thinks my family. So it's a panel with all three heads. So it goes Hiyuki, Hakuri's dad, and Chihiro. And they're basically just writing on the side their motivations for wanting the sword. The Kamunabi is the government folks. That was the name I was trying to think about. Hiyuki is saying like the sword belongs to Kamunabi. The guy says it's my merchandise. I got to sell it at the auction. And Chihiro is like my family's property. All right, that's chapter 41. Moving on now to chapter 42. Hey, so Tafuku says, and I think this is in the past before Hiyuki was teleported by Hakuri into the room, and Tafuku is just kind of like questioning Hiyuki's motives, like, are you actually going to kill Rokuhira Shihiro after everything is done? And Hiyuki just nonchalantly says, obviously, because he wants the Enchanted Blades and he would not give up on them. So if I don't kill him, he will keep coming for the Enchanted Blades. So yeah. And Hiyuki's kind of like, what are you on about? Why are you acting like you're on Shihiro's side? Like, are you a friend or you foe? Like, what's up with you? Tafuku is just kind of like, he never really tried to slime you, but you will kill him? Hiyuki goes, bruh, listen, all right, we're the government folks. All right. The reason I didn't kill him back then was because he was so pathetic. Because Hiyuki likes a fight. She likes the prey to put up a fight. She doesn't like easy meals. That's why I didn't kill him back then. I'm not taking with him as you are. Basically trying to say like all that stuff that you're with, all that bro thing with the enemy. I ain't doing that. I'm with the government first, and that's it. The Kamunabi over everything. All right, Kamunabi over bros. And I think she's just doing the Sundari thing here. I do think she will not kill Shiro. I mean, it's chapter 42. If Shiro dies now, manga is over, right? So I'm just trying to see how that will work out. But as it stands, she's putting up this front like she's actually going to kill Shihiro. I don't think she will. Right now, there was a kid here earlier. He was shouting for them to give his sister back. So now she's thinking about the people she needs to rescue first. So she has a priority straight. She wants to rescue the people, do her job as a Kaminabi, but then she's still not forgetting that she needs to secure the sword for the Kaminabi and slime Chihiro. Crazy work. I'm ignoring orders to save something that should be thrown out, but that's why. And then she reiterates, Next time, I will kill him, even if he's pathetic, and I'll get the enchanted blade. That's where I stand. Crazy. Tafuku is just thinking to himself, come on now. And I think it's because Tafuku likes the character of Shihiro. And some of the Kamunabis in the audience that are there to auction for the sword, basically acknowledging how powerful the Shinushi looks like. That Shinushi looks nasty. And Kura Sazanami, his name is Kura. Thank you for writing that, mangaka. I forgot his name, and I will forget it next chapter as well, because I'm terrible remembering these names. And the Kaminabis go, Kura Sazanami is already losing his grip, and this is nothing compared to what the sword can really do. So basically, he can't even handle a fraction of his power. So you need to be of a certain build. You got to be like maybe on some Toji level from Jujutsu Kaisen to be able to wield that sword. Tafuku is having flashbacks. We're talking about Hiyuki here. Remember that crazy talk she was spewing? You youngsters haven't seen war. It's easy for you to be complacent. The real power of this Shinushi. So this guy actually knows how powerful the Shinushi is, which begs me to. I would like to see the original guy, the guy in the prison. I want to see how strong he is, and I would like to see him have the sword. I don't care if he's a good guy or a bad guy. I just want to see how powerful the Shinushi is. I want someone to wield it in the point where you see, okay, rah, this is really that sword. You know what I mean? Give me 1 second here. I just have to. I just want to check to make sure everything on the stream is actually looking good, because I actually didn't check that. There was a time where I did this stream and legit I was on here talking and yapping to myself. Okay, it looks like it's working. Looks like it's good. Stream is good for you guys. Perfect. All right, going back to the chapter. All right. So Kaminabi is basically saying Hiyuki doesn't know what she's getting into. That Shinushi is crazy work. All right, and everybody's just like arguing, what the heck, where did they go? There's a bit of confusion. Everyone's puzzled. It looks like they just teleported from the room. So they're trying to figure out where they went to. Don't tell me, the Shinushi, we can't do everything. Didn't I tell you? Okay. Don't know what they're on about. Okay, let me move that. If we screw this up, all of it, I've heard enough of picking our battles. The Enchanted Blaze, the Rakuzashi, this Shihiro jerk. There's this flashback to Hiyuki as well. And then the Kaminabi guy is just simply saying it could all slip through our fingers. Okay, the guy that's imprisoned, the original owner of the Shinushi, is really messing with the guy's head, like Kira's head. But Kira's trying to keep everything at bay. But just like he's falling apart metaphorically through his room being literally destroyed, and also his life leaving him. So he's falling apart mentally, metaphorically, in every way possible. All right, the storehouse is crumbling. This is bad. Yeah, it's bad. If it does crumble, I don't know what happens to them. Do they like die? Because it's a fake space that's being held by his will. So that is actually kind of crazy. Hiyuki is saying, I know. Basically, they need to end the fight quickly, which is weird because by ending the fight, they probably want to kill him. And if they kill him, do they get out if they kill him? Anyways, they're going at it right now. Storehouse is flying. They barely have a platform to put their feet on, but they're going at it. Okay, they're both jumping at Kura. Kura barely retaining consciousness, bloody-eyed, vein popping out, while simultaneously trying to control the mind control, or basically keep the mind control from the other guy at bay. Is just going crazy right now. And Hakuri is trying to help by teleporting things into the room to help them fight. And somehow, Kura seems to be outside of the storeroom. Oh, they all seem to be outside the storeroom. It's possible maybe Hakuri took them out. Hold up. Oh, and they landed on the audience. Oh, they're back. They're in the real world now, like the real space, not like a weird fake digital space. And then he does the move again. Centipede. Oh, he's gonna kill everybody here, because Centipede is like Shinra Tensei. Okay, they dodged. Alright. Oh, it's like the sword is now like a plant that's grabbing into his hand and growing like a root. What is going on? That wasn't Hakuri transporting us. We aren't registered in the storehouse. Is the Shinushi making it this unstable? What will happen inside the storehouse? Wait, so it's the blade doing all of that, not even Hakuri. Shiba comes and says what's going on. His hand's kind of like messed up. I think it's from the fight with Hakure's elder brother. But the fact that he's here lets me know that he won that fight. Wish I knew he would, because Shiba stock is all the way high. It's like Bitcoin stock right here. Shiba and Hakuri, their stock is to the moon. Okay, he is in bad shape. Not only is he dying and bleeding from everywhere, he's still trying his best to keep the auction going, because that's what the Sazanami is all about. He's trying to maintain the Sazanami tradition, but he's dying. Kira is bleeding all over the stage. It's blood everywhere. Now the plants are growing, even in the auction, growing through. It's growing even on people's skins, on their suits. It's growing out of everything. What is going on? It's complete chaos. The Shinichi is running the show. The Shinichi has a mind of its own. I think it's its owner controlling it from prison. And all the weapons from the storeroom, everything is coming. It's chaos. People are dying. Oh my god, did they have to evacuate this place? Why are they still here? The Shinichi, he can use it. No, he can't. He can't use it. It's using it. And he's saying, "Get out of me." He's shouting. He's trying to fight and keep it a biz. And he's saying, "I'll kill him." And someone in the auction is like, "Wait, what? I thought you said we had to kill him." The circumstances are different. The Shinichi's power is having a huge impact on the storehouse. The storehouse is crumbling. Soon it will disintegrate. All the more reason. Kira is desperately struggling to maintain the storehouse. If we kill him, the storehouse will be wiped out. And there are people in the storehouse. So if the storehouse gets wiped out, they're dead. So this is a tough situation. Then how can we save the people inside? Someone has to go in there and infuse each person with spirit power so that I can transport them. I won't allow that. Shiba says he won't allow that. Why would Shiba not allow that? That seems to be the only viable plan here. Because if he teleports... Wait, what's going on? Kira's barely holding out. He's only going to last a few more seconds. Going in there would be suicide. Okay. Yeah, but we can't just leave those people. Now Hiyuki's thinking about that little boy with the sister that's inside the storehouse, and just kind of like, if they don't save that girl, she dies, and that, that's not good for business. Well, not good for the boy at least. So she's thinking about that. I don't know what the idea would be if I don't do something and an enchanted blade takes the lives of innocent people. This Shihiro thinking about the consequences of the enchanted blade and seeing it in real time, and just how dangerous it is and why it cannot be given to the wrong person, because people will die. That's literally on the outcome. So far, Sojo has led to the death of people. This random guy I don't know that's in prison, that's aura farming and everything, he's killing people as well. So this is a tough situation. Shiro feels responsible, and Shiba says, "Hey, stop! You're already at your limit." But Shiro feels responsible because that's the sword that his family made, the sword that his dad makes. And not only is this like an insult to his legacy, it's also like an insult on his honor and his name, and he feels responsible for the deaths, even though he's not the one actually doing it. So it's like, "You'll both die, every last one," Shiro says with conviction. Shiro gets teleported inside. He grabs the sister. Hakuri, it's taking a lot of him just to keep the whole thing at bay. He's holding his mouth, he's bleeding from his mouth, and he says, "Hurry," to himself. And that's the end of chapter 42. To be continued. Now we're up to chapter 43. Oh man, unfortunately I can't be on for too long, but this sequence is so good. I wish I could keep going, because I have a hard stop in like 17 minutes, 16 minutes now. Crap. Okay, let me try and read. Okay, so this panel, the sister of the little boy is in the sights of Shihiro, and Shihiro is about to grab her and save her. Okay? And says, "Good. I'll touch them all and get them out of here." Oh, so they're sticking to the original plan, even though Shiba told him not to do it. So they're ignoring Shiba because Shihiro feels responsible. How many people are left in there? Hiyuki asks. 20, 36. He doesn't know the number. He just knows it's a lot of people. All right, a lot. How many people you got? A lot. How many people in there? A lot. Can he do it? They're thinking. They're trying to figure it out. Well, I can't really be scared for Shihiro. I know they're trying to create some sort of suspense here, but it's Shihiro. He's the main character. Nothing's gonna happen to him, right? Gotta hurry. The only thing saving off the storehouse's collapse is Father's will. If the enchanted blade overpowers his will, the storehouse and Shihiro, all of them will. They didn't complete the sentence, but you can fill in the blank. They're gone. They're dead. They're so dead. It's up to Kura. So now they're actually relying on Kura to hold the storeroom, even though he's not holding the storeroom for the right reasons. He's holding the storeroom so that he can still auction it, even though he might die, because that's how the family rolls. Sazanami, they would do anything to protect the auction, including giving their life away. What a useless, stupid tradition of a family, but it might be that tradition that saves their lives. Everyone in the Audience is panicking. Hey, what's happening? By the way, these people are not leaving this auction fast enough. This guy has been running away for 5 chapters and he hasn't moved an inch. I know it's manga and you don't see the drawings move, but I just feel like that drawing should have moved up, but it's fine. It's that same face. I remember that face. I remember that guy from that panel. He's not running fast enough. All right. Now the Kamunabi are thinking, all right, this is a bit over our head. We gotta move. Do you want to die? It's clear. The Rakuzashi is over. The auctioneer's downfall. There's no way he can control the Shinichi, so everyone is doubting Kyora's ability to control the Shinichi and stay alive. He can't hold out much longer. He's about to. He's out of control. Everyone is basically just pointing out the obvious that Kyora can't hang with the sword. He's not built for it. I wish you would quit that stupid Rakuzashi. Now the dad is having like a flashback, and I think it's of the mom in bed. This whole time I've been miserable. The mom, this is like a flashback Kira is thinking of. I'm assuming it's the mother of the family or his wife. This whole time I've been miserable, so now I might as well be honest. You're so brainwashed by all this secret tradition stuff. They wouldn't have made me marry you if not for the Rakuzashi. And if the Rakuzashi never took place, then you might not have become such a bad person. The wife is paid in bars. Why am I remembering this now? My wife's last words. Kira is thinking to himself. So as death comes closer and knocks on the door, he's now thinking back like at the last words his wife told him, and he was brainwashed to be honest. And now he's thinking about his family, and there's a panel of his family, no dialogue, just a picture of him eating. It's like a sky shot or ceiling shot POV. They're eating, having like a good family moment. Him and his sons, beautiful moment, no words, just and then all of that it's illustrated in the next panel as a broken mirror with different pieces of his family members and what they were doing in dinner in different spaces. Very poetic. And then there's a gavel hitting, uh, like a gavel hitting something. And I assuming that's his decision to hold the Rakuzashi above all, and how that has destroyed what could have possibly been, which is his family. And he's looking back at his dad. It's like, I fulfilled my duty from this day forward. You're the patriarch, Kira. Oh, his dad is telling him. So this is all in the past. I have fulfilled my duty from this day forward. You're the patriarch, Kira. I introduce it to you. Oh, his dad lived long enough to be old, like he's in old age. And all of that thinking of regret and everything in that moment, as soon as he saw his dad, the brainwashing kicks in again. So that's right, of course, I won't let it end. I'll kill anyone who dares interfere. A new surge of zeal comes in, which is kind of a bit ironic because what drives his kids to do what they did is the same thing that's driving him right now. He wants to get the approval of his dad, and even though his dad is no longer there, he still has that hold over Kura. Even though he's a full-grown man with a whole family and everything, some traumas never heal, and this is exactly proof of that. At his deathbed, he thought about his wife, thought about his mistakes and everything. He came to his senses for like 2 seconds. The second he remembered his dad, all of that went out the window because of his daddy issues. This is just a family of daddy issues. The Sazanami clan is just a family of daddy issues. Anyways, moving on. Shiba is a bit shocked. It's a bit like, there's a bit of exclamation there. He overcame the Shinichi with his devotion to the Rakuzashi. Rah. This is some next level brainwashing. I'm talking like LeBron James, Game 6 kind of. His son staked everything on that. What unbelievable persistence. Yeah, his will is crazy. They are all crazy. Yep, they are. So he stands up, hits the gavel, basically trying to continue with the auction because the Rakuzashi is going to be placed above all. He is nuts. I'll pay any price to whoever kills them. The auction must continue. The Kaminabi is like, this is unreal. Hakuri is still holding on. I won't let them near you. You just focus. Okay, so Hiyuki is going to try and protect Hakuri while Hakuri tries to evacuate everybody. This is insane. Oh my god, so he's trying to evacuate everybody from storeroom, so Shiro has to touch everybody because he has the spirit power, and through that connection Hakuri now has to teleport everywhere. By the way, for someone who's just discovering his power for the first time, Hakuri is playing a massive role right now, and he's holding his own. Even he would have made a good successor. I'm glad he didn't, because Sazanami is evil and this Rakuzashi thing is stupid. But that's why he's my favorite character. I'll never let a life slip through my hands again. Always remembering that girl that was jailed. So that's what's driving him. So while the dad is being driven by tradition and, willing to, and this need to impress his own father, Hakuri is driven by the regret of letting that girl die, even though it really wasn't his fault. Okay, so both of them are very like they're very persistent. Like you tell like father like son, but both of them have different motives and different drives. All right. Hakuri is nearing his end. It's like crap. He's still bleeding. It's really taking. It's like one more. One more. Oh wow, they've moved a lot. So one more. They're about to do it. Kira is about to die. Oh my god, it's like it's gonna be clutch right now. Hakuri's gotta be clutch. Hakuri's so clutch. Let's see. Everybody's outside. What happened? Shiba says, "We made it." Hakuri's so clutch. So clutch. He actually managed to rescue everybody. And goes, "Where's Shihiro?" Ooh. But it's Shihiro. He will be fine. So flashback. If the Rakuzashi never took place, no, that wasn't the reason I failed. Your best would have been believing in Hakuri. That's true. Hakuri is actually crazy. And the dad in his last moment says, "You were right, Shihiro Rokuhira. He didn't align with my ideals, so I turned away." And now he's thinking back. Oh, it's like a little image of his son. I'm the only one. Kira's thinking. Oh my gosh. And then there's a picture of basically their other siblings, his sons dying, all because of some stupid auction and some stupid tradition. You lost your entire family. What a what a dumbass. I am the only one who failed to fulfill my duty. And that's always thinking about his duty. Bro, just die already, man. What a waste. I thought he would have some sort of redeeming moment at the end. He evaded the Shinoshi's influence as Kura Sazanami, Shihiro says. Oh, says like flowers blowing. You know what? For an evil dumbass that he is, I do respect his conviction. I respect a man who is driven and has like a strong sense of conviction. But still, he's a dumbass. He's dead, and there's a nice, beautiful panel here with the Shinichi on the ground. He's on his knees, bleeding with plants and flowers growing from his body. So, game over, man. You fought well. We're now up to chapter 44. What's the time saying now? Oh, I got 8 minutes. I don't know if I can get through this in 8 minutes. I don't think I can, but let's see. Whatever. I'll I'll go over a little bit. This will be my last chapter. Hey, what happened? He's dead. He's dead. Kira Sazanami is dead. Everyone's shouting, and Shiro Rokuhira is here. Okay. Oh, what's going on? Then it's like where the auctioneers or the people were sitting just started cracking and falling apart. Shiba seems a bit puzzled by that. And they turn around, the other Kabunabis are like, "What, the government folks, what was that sound?" As if the Shinichi and the aftermath from the shockwaves weren't chaotic enough. Hyuki's going on a rampage, and that's gonna cause some damage. It's like good thing we got out of there. So they think this is all Hiyuki going crazy. The front entrance looks bad too. Alright. I mean, why are they fighting? Because Kira is dead. Kira did put a bounty on Hero, but Kira is dead. Hey, this place is collapsing. Run. But the podium. Oh, the place is collapsing and they should be running, but because these dumbasses are so into getting that sword or retrieving the Shinushi, they're actually trying to charge up the stage. Shiba goes in while Shiro's looks like he's about to pass out. No, he's still conscious. So Shiba goes in, but he's at his limit. He's beat. But Shiba teleports with Hakuri in his back and holds Shiro, and assuming they're gonna teleport out of there. Oh, he's gonna try. So Shiro reaches for the sword as Shiba tries to teleport him to safety. Does he grab it? Oh, he does. Looks like he does grab it and it teleports. And he's gone. Okay. The enchanted blade's gone too. And all the idiots are about to die because they didn't leave the collapsing place when it was collapsing because they all wanted that sword. And this is kind of poetic because as soon as Kira dies, the head of the Sazanami clan and the Rakuzashi falls apart, the building where it was traditionally held falls apart too. That's just the end of an era. But everyone's out safely. All's well that ends well. Happy endings, happy days. Ah, Hiyuki's here. Oh my goodness. So Hiyuki might have to fight Shiba because there's no Hiyuki can fight Shiro. So Hiyuki did mention that once everything ends, he's going to kill Shihiro and claim the sword for the Kamunabis, right? And well, everything has ended. The auction is destroyed. Kira is dead. Everything went according to plan. Everyone was saved. So now she set aside on Shiro, and Shiro is spent. Even on Shihiro's best day, I don't think he can hang with Hiyuki. But Shiba's there, and let's just see how this goes. So she's trying to take both enchanted blades. Like I'm not taking one, I'm taking both of them. All right. Oh, so they're not outside. Why they were getting teleported? Tafuku wicks them into that alternate space that he does, which is kind of crazy. Those are two space people. So Shiba teleports. Kiora uses the whole space thing to like what should we call it? Yeah, I'm almost done with the act. Sorry, I've just seen your comment section. I'm still not. I still don't know how to put the comments on the thing so I can see it while I'm reading. But I'll do my best to look. But yeah, shout out to you, Anime All Day TV. Thanks for joining in. But yeah, I'm almost done with the act. I'm pretty much at the end. Uh, but yeah, he goes. I need to go back. No, look. The building falls apart. That's very. That's perfect. That's a very perfect depiction of how the whole thing went. And Tafuku saves Shihiro. Okay, it doesn't look like. Wait, it doesn't look like she's gonna kill them. And Shihiro says, "Put me down." Tafuku had Shihiro giving Shihiro a piggyback ride. I'm going ahead. Hey, the Shinichi, where do you think? Oh, she has the Shinichi in hand. I made an offer and he took it. You made a deal? Shihiro looks back at Shiba. What do you talk about? What happens next? What are you gonna do? He's talking to Hakuri because I feel like Hakuri is now the last surviving member of the Sazanami clan. Mr. Shiba told me not to worry about my family. Kill me, the brother said. Oh wait, so that old brother isn't dead. Kill me. If I survive, I could never face Tenri. No, go home. There's still little ones, right? I'm not going to criticize Tenri's way of life, but we don't want the younger ones heading down that path. Go home. If you can set them straight, Tenri won't have died in vain. Okay, so they're not all dead, so he's not the last surviving member. Hopefully, the Sazanami gets redeemed. I really hope so for their sake. Anyway, it's not like I can go home. I'm the Sazanami clan's enemy. My father, and then it's kind of flashing back at the father dying. I think Hakuri is a bit sad, even though the dad was a POS, but that's still his father who died. I can understand that. There's that special connection between the son and the dad, even though in this scenario, I don't think the dad deserves any of that. But yeah, no matter how warped he was always my North Star. Yeah, they all have this thing, like they always aimed for that. There's this weird complex they have in the Sazanami clan. And Hakuri basically saying, I don't know what to do. And Shiro can relate to that because he felt the exact same way when he saw his dad die in front of him, right? When the people came to take the Shinushi at the very beginning. So Shiro can relate to that. That's something they can trauma bond on. And that little bro gets reunited. The little boy gets reunited with sis, like big sis, and then hugs and is all teary-eyed and everything. And Shiro tried to show like a little bit light of a tunnel, kind of like on the bright side to kind of cheer up Hakuri's like, you saved them. And then that kind of cheers him up a little bit because he remembers the girl he couldn't save, the one that was in the cage. And that kind of makes him feel a little bit better. And Hakuri says, hope. Shihiro, will you let me keep fighting with you? Yeah, because there's nothing more for him, nothing left for him. His home is destroyed, everything is done. Family bonds kind of broken. Hopefully they can reunite as a Sazanami again. I want to keep proving the value you saw in me. Brother, I saw that value in you the minute I saw how much of a straight up dude you are, Hakuri. You're my favorite character from that moment. Before you could even do your first ISO. I've been investing the Hakuri stocks since day one, and now it's flying to the moon. I want to keep proving the value you saw in me. For over 2 centuries, countless lives were assigned prices, and those people's hope was stolen by the Rakuzashi, the stew that stirred the passions of vile lowlifes. Finally, after all these years, right here and now, the curtain falls. So what comes next? Okay, so that's what he meant by hope. That's one thing you can look forward to. I didn't want to let anyone else possess the enchanted blade. Shiro was talking to Hiyuki in the past, and then Hiyuki goes, "Oh, what are you yapping about?" But the circumstances have changed. Chihiro says, today, for the first time, I glimpsed a fraction of the Shinishi's powers, and I realized they are far more immense than I imagined. It's horrifying. So Chihiro is having some little like tweak in his character development and in his original idea about the demon swords. My dad barely spoke of the Shinichi. Maybe he wanted to hide that power. I don't know how it works or when it could go off like that again. I can't let the Shinichi be on the loose. And he's not strong enough to protect it yet, so I can see why he's going to surrender that to Hiyuki. Those Kaminabi old farts created the seal. I don't have the ability to create a seal like that. Then let the Kaminabi, but the risks are too great if I hand it over. You saw what happened at the Rakuzashi. The Hishaku were there. One of them told me that their goal is to use the Shinichi. They expected the Kaminabi to try to buy it, but still they submitted it to the auction. Get it? I know the Kaminabi are the ones who can seal it away, but the Hishaku wanted them to get a hold of it. Interesting. Once the Kaminabi have it, the Hishaku will make their next move. Yuki's like, and so, what's your point? To seal it again, the Kaminabi need to have it, so it can't be helped. And it's like, as for what we'll do, we'll drive them out into the open and stop the evildoers. Yuki is very confident in her abilities. I mean, I get it. Flamebone is a crazy ability. She goes, what? And then she reiterates, we can't let the enchanted blades be used for evil. Our objective is the same. Shiro gives her the blade, says, take the Shinushi. But I'm not just willing to step away. There would inevitably be internal conflict. When the Kaminabi have the Enten under their jurisdiction, your mission will be complete. There's one solution that works for us both. Hiyuki's just bored because Hiyuki doesn't like the finer details of things. He just like, get to the point. Exactly, right? Yeah. Sorry, again, sorry for not reading your comments on time. Like I said, I don't know when it pops up. I just check occasionally. But yeah, exactly. Like I knew I knew immediately that was gonna be my guy. I just said if only he could just awaken his abilities, that would just be its curtains. There's one solution that works for us both. What are you getting at? She says. The deeper I dig into this, the more I can learn. Let me join the Kamunabi. Oh, I mean, it is actually. Oh, that's a beautiful way to end the chapter. Oh my goodness. So he's going to be a member of the Kamunabi. What a way to end it. I mean, that's kind of smart. When you think about it, that's the best solution. That way he can keep sight of this. So even though he's giving up the Shinushi, he's still able to keep an eye on it and able to have some sort of say in what happens with the Shinushi. That's actually a very cool plan. What's the best way to like keep an eye on things? Well, infiltrate the enemy, do it from within. Maybe even try to change the policies from within. And at least if they're going to make any moves with the Shinushi, well, he can intervene. And this way, he doesn't get to die. And the fact that he was for the Kamunabi, it would still be like, oh, now they've got both swords under their rule because he's a member of the Kamunabi. So everybody wins. Shihiro wins as well. And he can also use the influence of the Kamunabi to try and acquire the other. That's actually very smart. Very solid arc and very solid chapter, but that's where I gotta end it today. Thank you for joining in. I'll catch you next time. So we're ending today at chapter 44. So that means the next chapter would be chapter 45. So we're going to pick up next time from chapter 45 since we're there on chapter 44 today. Don't forget to leave a like, all that good stuff, all that YouTube stuff. Well, you're the only one here right now, so I'm talking to you. I remember when this chapter came out, everybody was so surprised he said that at the end. Yeah, just like me. I was very surprised that he said that. That's crazy. But it makes sense. It's actually the best thing ever that he chose to do that. The stream is a bit delayed, so you're probably going to hear this later. But thank you, all as always, Anime All Day TV, for jumping in. Let me think. I have to think of a shorter name to call you. I'll think about that. Instead of calling you the whole name, Anime All Day TV. Anyways, thanks for always tuning in, man. Don't forget to, do the YouTube thing. And if you're watching from the future, don't forget, because I was looking at the comment section. This is where the camera is. If you're watching from the future, don't forget to do the YouTube thing. It does help us grow. I'll catch you guys next time. It's been Agnostic Reviews.